Each quarter tells a story. From Wall Street heavyweights to emerging disruptors, we break down the numbers, the reactions, and the moves that matter most. Real data, real insights, in real time. This is Earnings Central Live with Verified Investing.
Hello everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to Earnings Central Live. I'm your host Lawton here with Verified Investing, and I go live for all of your massive earnings to trade them live, give you my levels, and react to the results. And we're going to be live a lot this week, today, tomorrow, and the day after that. Tomorrow's a huge one, NVIDIA, but I have an action-packed episode for you here today. We have Workday, Cava and GoDaddy, and a couple other members-only charts that will come out later, right? But in the meantime, I would ask that you guys like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. It really helps the algorithm, and by clicking like, it helps the YouTube algo know that you want to see more content just like this. Thank you guys so much in the chat, Harry and everyone else, for watching. With that being said, the first thing we have to talk about is Workday. If we could please throw up that graphic. Yes, this comes out at 4 p.m., guys, and we are in for a doozy. So we're expecting earnings per share around $2.30. an increase in about 20% year over year. As far as revenue is concerned, we're expecting an increase in revenue about 14% year over year. Back to me. So what we're going to do is now go into the charts, and I'm going to give you my levels. Can we actually throw up the chart? Sorry, team. So on Workday, right, we could throw up my charts. Let me see here. 1 second. Okay, I fixed it. No problem. So these are my levels. If we can put the scroller on the bottom, my first level of support is right down there, around $115.75, followed by the 108 level and then the 105 level. For resistance, guys, I'm looking at around 143, 147, and 162.99. These are the three levels that I'm going to be looking for support and resistance. Okay, so that is WDAY. Afterwards, we have Cava and GoDaddy. We have about 2 minutes until Workday comes out. So can I please throw up that graphic on Cava, please, if you could, team? So on Cava, we are expecting this. So this comes out a little bit later at 4:10. Actually, can we please throw up the GoDaddy? Pardon me. GoDaddy, thank you. GoDaddy reports at 4:05, and we're expecting $1.50 earnings per share and revenue at around $1.27 billion. Back to my charts, please. On this, I'll give you my levels, and we can put the ticker on the bottom, the slider on GoDaddy GDDY, 86.45, first level of support, followed by $82, and then the $80 even number. For resistance, I'm looking at 97.65, followed by $100, and then followed by $103. That comes out at 4:05. Right. And then we have Cava at 4:10, but we'll get into those levels just a little bit later if we can come back to me. So the way this is going to work, guys, is we're going to have our charts, and let me go down to the 1 minute so we can just see this kind of move in real time. It doesn't look like much, but when these things begin to move, you'll see them pop here. Let me go ahead and scroll back. All right, we'll react to them in real time. If you need the levels, can we please put the Workday levels on the bottom? So these are my levels on Workday. Couple things before we get started. Number one, these are earnings, guys, so make sure to go a little lighter. This can be extremely volatile. Secondly, guys, make sure that any orders you set are in extended trading hours. Okay, extended trading hours. And then finally, guys, just know that these can move so be ready, okay? Be ready. My first levels are the aggressive levels for entry. Secondary levels are more of a standard level, followed by a third, more conservative level to kind of trade. So we have about 1 second until Workday. So any moment now, Workday should come out, and I need your help at home, okay? Make sure to watch Workday. Make sure to watch GoDaddy and let me know if they move. All right, let me know if they're moving. Well, here's the thing, Happy. If this is your first time trading earnings, if you're not very experienced with earnings, no problem, I got you. Actually, a lot of volume comes out when these stocks release earnings, and we'll see it move significantly. So if they're not moving on the 1 minute, right, just wait until the earnings come out, and we should see some fireworks, right, on Workday. We're expecting to move somewhere around 10% at least, and when they move, they're going to move significantly, okay? So let's just wait and see where these tickers go. You guys have my levels for Workday, and we know that GoDaddy does come out in about 5 minutes. Workday's starting to pull down a little bit. Okay, big move down so far, guys. The first move isn't the correct move all the time. Secondary level of support is around 115.75. That's your entry, okay, if you are aggressive. Okay, if you are aggressive, let's see if this can come down, hit that level, and then bounce. We need a little bit more of a drawback before we can see a potential support level here around 115.75. Let's take a look, guys. So good move so far. Workday down about 7.5%, and this is what I'm talking about, volume. Some of you guys might not be experienced with trading, and it's okay to be new. It's okay to be a newbie. We've all been there, right? But when earnings come out, guys, tons of institutional money comes in and creates large moves like this. And that's the point of this show, to set up your levels of support and resistance and try to capitalize on it while having some fun. It's all good, guys, all good. All good. I appreciate the kind words, guys. We can be nice in the chat. Some people don't have anything else better to do. So let's see if Workday can continue to come down and hit this level of support, that 115.75 level. Getting close, okay? And this is that aggressive level. So if you're a little more timid and don't have as much experience trading in earnings, like some people in the chat, maybe you want to wait until some of these more conservative levels, but we're looking around this 116 Pierce, 115.74. Okay, getting closer, guys. Already hit that 117, 118. Looking to pierce, getting really close, guys. We want to see this come down, and then we want to see a reversal come down and then a pop up. Come on, guys. It's so close. There on Workday. One more flush, and I'll hit that first aggressive level of support. Back to GoDaddy really quickly. Has not come out yet. We have a couple more minutes until GoDaddy, and then I'm going to give you my levels on Cava, and that should be fun. Then we'll take a look at a couple of the levels I gave our members in the earnings level with Lawton, which is me. So it looks like we're getting a small bounce here on Workday. Now the question is, can we see a continued move higher, right? Is this the bounce? Was this level missed? Or do we see a drop further, right? And of course, I have no idea what's going to have on earnings, but that's why instead of predicting where the stock is going to go, I instead look for solid levels of support and resistance and look to play it for a bounce or a pullback. Thank you guys so much for the kind words. CBRL on March 4th, I'll take a look at that later. Again, we have about a minute until GoDaddy's earnings come out. All right, I'm going to attempt to give you my Cava levels really quickly in the next minute. Can we please throw up that graphic on Cava? I'm going to go really, really fast. On Cava, we're expecting it actually negative earnings per share, about down 40%, and then revenue to go up 18% year over year. Back to my charts. Yeah, tomorrow definitely is going to be explosive. Okay, my Cava levels are as follows. If we could put that slider down below. 58.25, first level of support, followed by 57, and then 53.15. For resistance, $80, 82.30, and then 84.50. Let's keep those levels sliding down there just for a little bit longer. We have about 10 seconds until GoDaddy releases earnings. Back to me, please. So it looks like Workday, unfortunately, getting that bounce, missing our level barely, just by just under $2. But let's see if GoDaddy can have some fireworks. Earnings should be out any second now on this stock. Good job, YT. $2 on Workday. Congratulations. This is the verified investing roller coaster. Absolutely. Let's take a look. And we have Cava in about 5 minutes. I'm just going to set this up so we're prepared. Again, if you guys see anything moving, please let me know, right? This is a team exercise. But congratulations on those $2 on Workday. Unfortunately, didn't quite hit my level. Let's see, GoDaddy should release earnings today. Not really moving. We'll go back to Cava and keep those levels down below. We can throw those Cava levels. Yep, we're preparing for Cava. Are you doing TTD also? So TTD is one that I believe was members only. Let me see. TTD. Excuse me. So yeah, TTD has earnings tomorrow. Actually tomorrow. So yes, I'll be doing TTD tomorrow. Right here live. Okay, initial flush here on GoDaddy. Not a lot of movement. Down 1% on GoDaddy. That first level of support is around 86.50. So would need a little bit more of a fall. Back on Workday. Okay, Workday moving a little bit here. But yeah, Workday has been a dumpster fire, absolutely. All these kind of tech stocks, software stocks, you've seen a huge decline. So it doesn't surprise me that Workday is down. It would not surprise me. GoDaddy kind of in that same kind of realm, that kind of internet hosting, also expecting a fall in those. HPQ, yeah, so HPQ is a members, something I gave out to members earlier. It looks like it hasn't announced earnings yet. And take a look at First Solar, guys. Absolutely madness here. And I gave these levels to our members, and it looks like it absolutely crushed them. Wow, First Solar must have really missed earnings here. Down about 13%, guys. Wow, crushing my previous levels of support. But now let's see if we can get a bounce back on First Solar. Off of that first, that conservative level, we saw a decent bounce, about a 2% bounce. Tempest AI also, I believe, reports earnings, because I did give that out to members. Yeah, Tempest AI did give this out to members earlier. Did not really move, but what a move there on First Solar. HPQ, I believe they have earnings in just a little bit. Let's see when they have earnings. They actually already had earnings, or supposed to have had earnings, but haven't moved that much. Back to Cava, not a lot there. GoDaddy, kind of nothing burger as well. But at least Workday, we saw a little movement. Unfortunately, did not get down to that level. We have Cava in just under 2 minutes, guys. So we're staying close to that. Did we run out of sun? That's a big job. Yeah, these kind of solar stocks, I remember when the solar stocks were all the rage, right? Popping up significantly, but great pullback here on this stock. But yeah, HPQ didn't really do a lot. I gave my levels to the members earlier, and First Solar just kind of sitting there at a really great level, actually. I really like that level on it. And Tempest AI initially dropped excuse me, about 7%, back almost flat / green. So that's interesting. Okay, look at GoDaddy, guys. Absolutely crushing that first level of support around 86.45. Now the question is, can we see a bounce from this level, or does it kind of hit my little more conservative levels around 82, around $80? Okay, that's where we have to watch on GoDaddy. But great fall down, hitting that level. FSLR hit the 1 on the RSI. It doesn't surprise me. So let's see if we can get some more movement here on GoDaddy. GoDaddy's not one that moves the most, right? We have decent amount of volume, but only 3,000 shares really being traded in these minutes. So I guess earnings did come out, almost hitting that secondary level of support around $82, but really not a lot of price action here on GoDaddy. Okay, now it's hitting my conservative level, that $80 level. I absolutely love this level on GoDaddy. Now the question is, can we see a bounce, or does this thing continue to fall? Remember, all of the software stocks continuing to fall. Workday, GoDaddy, we saw APP good bounce at first, about a 1% bounce, but GoDaddy's getting a little thin, guys. That's something to take a look at. And Cava looks like it came out, okay, starting to push up a little bit. That first level of resistance on Cava is around $80. Yeah, Cava, I mean, let's see if it can continue higher, hit that $80 level, and then get a pullback. But nice push up. I like this 210 on FSLR. Yeah, I mean, I really like this level on FSLR too. Great pop so far from your 210 level. GoDaddy, wow, great reversal, guys. Great reversal, up around 2.5%, sitting at that more standard level of an entry on GoDaddy on earnings, but this thing is whippy. Back to Cava, let's see if we can get to that $80 level and then potentially see a pullback. Do I still like Socks? So Socks is not, I'm not currently in Socks anymore. Yeah, Socks is that inverse ETF. So I'm not currently in that anymore. FSLR whippy, Cava pushing up, GoDaddy now is above that standard level, but the only problem is, guys, volume is pretty light here on GDDY. So if you got into it, if you took that conservative level, you'd be in the money. If you took that standard level, you'd be in the money as well. But if you took that aggressive level, depending on where you added, you'd probably be just about near your break even, right? Cava pushed up, pulling back a little bit. Doesn't look like it's giving us what we want, unfortunately. We need a decent push higher before we'd be able to potentially get into anything. And FSLR just continuing to slip here. Continuing to slip here. Yeah, Socks was not fun. Back to Workday, trying to pull back, and this is something really important to tell you guys. So let's say, for example, right, let's say Workday, the move is gone, right? I'd make sure to cancel my orders because you don't want to get filled. It floats towards you and against you after over time. Yep, 3 times ETFs are tough. But something to watch on Workday is if it comes down to around 107 to 105 tomorrow, that could be a great level to potentially trade it tomorrow for a day trade, and maybe around the $100 level. Look for a longer term trade on the stock. Great bounce here on GoDaddy, guys. If you manage to take this GoDaddy trade wherever you got into it, whether it's the standard level, aggressive level, or the conservative level, you most likely made money depending on if you added. But great pop here on GoDaddy. That's what we like to see. All right, Reculent says, hey, I made $10 on GoDaddy. Amazing. Great job. Congratulations. GoDaddy pushing all the way back up basically to that more aggressive level for an entry, literally to my aggressive level. So no matter where you entered, whether it's my aggressive, whether it's my standard or conservative entry, you'd be in the money, guys. Congratulations. Yeah, to Reculent. Thanks so much for the kind words, guys. But wow, amazing pop up from that level, about an 8.5% bounce from that conservative level. But we see this all the time. Stocks initially come out with earnings. Institutions sell it. The machines read the results and then they sell. But then what happens? Earnings call or guidance are released. And then we see things actually turn around and even go positive, which GoDaddy isn't too far away from, only down about 4%. So good job, Happy, on that $10. Dang, Harry. Close. It was so close. Good job, Reculent. Congratulations, guys, on that gain. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Even though the stocks don't generally have a lot of volume on earnings, it's different. It gives us an opportunity to trade, because when we're trading, we need a couple things. We need volume and volatility. Congratulations, guys, on that trade, taking $10 per share there on the GoDaddy. Good job on your calls, Happy. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me here at Verified Investing. My name is Lawton Ho. I just ask again that you guys consider liking this video and subscribing to the Verified Investing YouTube channel. It really helps the algorithms. I have a brand new service that's just released called the Trading Levels with Lawton Ho, the Earnings Levels with Lawton Ho, excuse me. Where members got all of my levels and more. We have a couple big earnings tomorrow morning that I also gave them the levels for. Anyways, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Congratulations to you guys on those wins, and I'll see you tomorrow for NVIDIA and even more. Bye, guys.
Earnings can move fast,
and most traders react too late.
I map the key levels first: support, resistance, pivots, and gaps, so you're not guessing during the volatility.
Earnings Levels with Lawton Ho gives you the zones to watch before key earnings reports, delivered monthly.
Trade the levels, manage risk, stay disciplined.
VerifiedInvesting.com.